the Eagles have decided to make a change at offensive coordinator. So this is coming straight from the source. Let me see what we got. We got a couple pages. All right, so the main nuts and bolts of it all is that they pretty much came up to him on today and let him know that it ain't working out. We tried to tell them that it took for us to be kicked out of the wild card for them to finally jump to the conclusion that, you know what, maybe they right. Looking at the production that the offense hasn't been giving us, then I turned to Philly Sports Talk Radio 94 WIP, and the argument that they're making is that this offense is just a reflection of what Jalen Hurts is capable and incapable of doing. The number one reason why I say that's BS is because we've seen him on the field doing all he needs to do to get the win in the biggest games. What are they talking about right now? I think they're trying to smoke screen us. I really think they're trying to smoke screen us. They think we on some, they on some Helly Kelly right now. There's no way you can tell me when looking at the tape that nobody can get open because of Jalen Hurts. Yes, there are times when the option is there and it doesn't go to that person. Yeah, that happens. That happens with the best of quarterbacks. But overwhelmingly, all the time we see is that nobody's open. Again, they're out there playing backyard football. Everybody's running around. The defensive back is covering them straight on them. They can't get no separation. That ain't the quarterback. That is not the quarterback. That is the coaching. I'm going to repeat myself. Jalen Hurts has some blame. He is not exempt from none of this. He hasn't had a stellar year. But the overwhelming fact of the matter is that the offense play calling looks like trash.
But I'm not really sure what they're trying to do here with all of this.
Every other player who analyzed film can clearly see that they run in an elementary offense. The stuff is whack. Like, come on. Like, you can't cover that. Like, what? It's Nick Sirianni's fault. This is his fault. This is his offense, and it worked one year, and that was fine. But when it's not working, you make the adjustment. He doesn't make adjustments good enough. There's no way you can tell me it's acceptable to not have an answer when we're stuck in like a 3rd and long. Soon as we get on the field, everybody know, like, come on. Soon as we get on the field, everybody knows that first down, they running for it. They know the ball is going outside the numbers. Opposing teams already know the ball is going out of the numbers. They know that already. That's where we throw it at. Jalen has thrown it over the middle at times. He don't throw it over often, but he is capable of doing it. They're not written up to throw over the middle. They only like to throw the outside deep ball to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. That's what we do. Everybody knows how this is going to go. So this whole idea that we're trying to find a way to make sense of it, like, by getting rid of him, Kevin Patullo has been here for 5 years. Kevin Patullo has been here through both Super Bowls. So he played a contributing factor in the background to our success in going to the Super Bowl. Well, I don't know. I can't tell you, I don't know the ins and outs of what his contribution is. I know he was the passing coach, but he played a part in those 5 years since Nick Sirianni has been here. But it's not working with him as a coordinator. And it's safe to say that, look, he got to go. You know what I mean? That's perfectly fine. But you're not going to try to flip the script like, okay, well, it worked before. Why is it that we can't get it done now? Like it's all on the quarterback. The product on the field shows why it's not working. There's injuries on the O-line, granted. They don't have discipline. Penalties again, since we got to keep saying it. I don't know if there's a broken record in here. Penalties and inferior play calling. When Brock Purdy threw the second pick in that wild card game, he walked over to the sideline to Kyle Shanahan, and they just kind of casually, talked in each other's ear like, yeah. He didn't even show no expression. Because they knew, like, look, they probably saying, yeah, don't even worry about it. We're going to get it right back. Don't worry, they going 3 and out. Who's explaining the 3 and outs? Explain that. Just don't throw piss on me and tell me it's raining from the sky. Because that's bullshit and you know it. We need to bring an offensive coordinator in here, better yet, a head coach in here, who knows the X's and O's, who is a X and O savant, scheme savant. We need somebody in here who can get the job done and make these brothers accountable. Again, penalties, lack of self-control. It's just a party over here with this coaching staff. Everybody's chumming it up in the locker room. Hey, what's up, AJ? What's up, baby? How you doing? You know what I mean? Coaches chumming it all up. That's all cool. But when it gets down to the game, I need you to turn it on. Ain't gonna be no interjections. Let's get serious about this. Yeah, everybody like the coach. Yeah, Nick, he cool guy. Yeah, if you're going to get coffee with him or something, like to hang out or something. But it's not translating on the field. Do they respect your game and your play calling when you out there? Because they know, look, man, my coach, man, he's going to scheme some crazy stuff. We're looking at the wild card game video and see Jalen like, you sure, brother, you sure about we running that? Everybody and their mama knew that play wasn't going to work. Everybody and they mother, they knew it. You can't tell them nothing. But long story short, the man is gone. We can all rest well at the moment, but I don't think that's going to be the end of our problems. You know what? Let me put it like this. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the end of our problems because Nick, this is his offense. This is the way he chooses to run it. But he's not going to scapegoat nobody else but him. Because this is his offense, and he needs to make the adjustment when he sees it's not working on the field. I don't give a freak if your offense is... I don't know. I can't even come up with an example. I don't give a freak what your offense is like, okay? And if it worked in the past. Teams are also making adjustments. We are literally out there on the field with no type of remedy to a situation when the cards is down. We can't even bail ourselves out. That's why this year wasn't the year. So we're going to see what happens with this. Maybe in another couple of weeks, we can maybe get more information that they choosing to go with another head coach, but that's probably not going to happen. They got to learn the hard way. This team, a lot of times when it comes to the front office, they got to learn the hard way. I'm done with the Nick Sirianni experience if he's not going to step it up. Until Nick does what he needs to do in this locker room to get these brothers focused, I'm not really sold on the Nick thing. And I'm not going to be surprised if it happens again. But right now is a good start. If we get somebody who's competent enough to be a good enough coordinator, we're just going to lose them in another year. We go to the Super Bowl or far in the playoffs. So I'm just scratching my head on this one. I don't think this ends our problems, but it does in this video. So, good night.